delivering quality education, expanding access to learning, serving learners' learning needs, tackling challenges of the present time, supporting every learner's dream, reaching young Tagumeños where they are today. From the music capital of the Philippines, advancing in the challenge of distance learning, the official TV-based instruction of DepEd Tagum City, bringing you quality education straight to your home. Plug yourself in. This is DepEd TV. Tara na!
Young future scientists, how are you today? Are you ready for another round of learning? I hope you're still ready as I am for today's adventure. Welcome to Science 7, where learning becomes easy once we explore our lesson. So hang on tight, for we will answer your what, why, and how questions. Let us discover the beauty of the world together, for in the great minds of young scientists like you, learning never stops. Let me take you where imagination will allow you to go. This is your science teacher, Teacher Connie from La Filipina National High School. Come and join me in our short yet exciting science experience only here at Salida La Filipina TV. In collaboration with DepEd TV, Tara na, by Division of Tagum City, a program where education continues at your respective television at home. For today's session, we will examine and investigate the properties of saturated and unsaturated solutions, which is also our most essential learning competency. Please prepare your self-learning module, paper, and pen, for we will be using them as we continue to discover everything about solution. At the end of this lesson, you're expected to: first, describe saturated and unsaturated solutions. Second, determine how much solid solute dissolved in each volume of water. And third, describe the appearance of saturated solution. Now, let us test your prior knowledge in this topic. The following video clips will help you to answer the questions in your pre-test. So, are you ready, students? Let's start. This is a multiple choice type of test. And all you must do is to write the letter of the correct answer on the separate sheet of paper. You will be given 5 seconds to answer. And when you hear this sound, then time is up. Let's begin with the first clip.
Number 1. In a salt water solution, what substance is considered solvent? A. Salt. B. Water. C. Both are solvents. And D. Neither substance is a solvent. Your time starts now. Time's up. Let's reveal the answer. The correct answer is letter B, water.
For clip number 2.
Number 2. What substance dissolves other substance in a solution? A. Solute. B. Mixture. C. Solvent. And D. All of the above. Your time starts now. Time's up. Let's reveal the answer. The correct answer is letter C, solvent.
And finally, for our third clip.
Number 3. You are given a 40 ml solution in a beaker. You add solute to the beaker and it dissolves completely. The solution is A. Saturated. B. Unsaturated. C. Solvent. And D. Solute. Your time starts now. Time's up. Let's reveal the answer. The correct answer is letter B, unsaturated.
Now, please open your module to page 3, lesson 1, and let us answer the activity number 1, entitled, Where Do I Belong? Here's the instruction.
Look at the given substances and guess where each of them belongs. Answer the table by putting a check if it is homogeneous or heterogeneous mixture. Use a separate sheet of paper for your answers. You will be given 1 minute to answer. Your time starts now.
Let's reveal the answers. For item number 1, the substance is gelatin. Where do you think it belongs? The correct answer is homogeneous. For the substance number 2, we have a cup of milk. Where do you think it belongs? The correct answer is homogeneous. For the substance number 3, we have candies. Where do you think it belongs? Correct answer is heterogeneous. For the item number 4, the substance is a cup of coffee. Where do you think it belongs? The correct answer is homogeneous. For the substance number 5, we have veggie salad. Where do you think it belongs? The correct answer is heterogeneous. Did you get all the items correctly? I hope you did, because as we go along with our discussion, I will give you another activity that will surely make you excited. So, are you all set?
Yes!
Come on, let's continue our scientific learning journey. Orange juice is one of our go-to drinks during hot sunny days. We simply mix the powder, sugar, and the cold water together to quench our thirst. By doing so, we already made a solution. Solution is a mixture that has a uniform composition. In order to produce this, two substances are being used, the solute and the solvent. Solute is a component of a solution that is being dissolved and normally present in a smaller amount. On the other hand, solvent is a component of a solution that dissolves the solute and it is normally greater in amount. To understand more about this, let us try this simple activity. We will be using these materials: transparent glass, and a stirrer, sugar, spoon, and water.
We're going to mix a spoonful of sugar into the water and stir it until the sugar dissolves completely.
In this case, the water in the glass is the solvent. The sugar, which is the substance being dissolved, is the solute. The result is called the sugar solution. Did you know that water is called the universal solvent? Water is considered as universal solvent because it dissolves many substances than any other liquid. Example, at the present time, we're facing COVID-19 pandemic, and to prevent it in our own ways, we can combine chlorine and water to create a solution as disinfectant to be used in foot bath and as a cleaning agent. Now, between the components of solution, solute, and solvent, let's discuss about solute. The ability of the solute to be dissolved in a solvent is what we call solubility. In our example, the reason why sugar dissolved in water is because this substance has a property called solubility. The amount of dissolved solute produces two types of solution, namely saturated and unsaturated. Let's find out what is the difference between the two based on the amount of dissolved solute in a solvent. Can you still see the sugar particles? You cannot see any traces of it, right? The type of solution which contain less amount of solute in a given amount of solvent is called unsaturated solution. But can we dissolve any amount of sugar in the water? What happens if you keep adding more sugar to the solution?
This time, keep adding spoon of sugar in the water and stir it. Notice that after a few spoons, the sugar starts settling at the bottom, despite all the stirring that we do. There comes a stage that sugar can no longer be dissolved in the solution. meaning the solution is now saturated.
A saturated solution is a type of solution that contains the maximum amount of solute dissolved by a given amount of solvent.
If you add more solute to the solvent, it will no longer dissolve because the solution has reached its saturation point. Saturation point, on the other hand, is the point by which the solute will no longer dissolve in the solution. The presence of an excess solid or undissolved solute is an evidence that the solution is saturated.
This time, let's recall what we have learned today. Shall we?
Mixture can be classified as homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous can be described as a mixture with uniform appearance. It is also called solution because it has a uniform composition. There are two components of a solution, the solute and the solvent. Solute is a component that dissolves and is usually in smaller amount, while solvent is a component that will dissolve and usually in greater amount. When a solution contains solute that completely dissolves, it is called unsaturated, while the solution that contains more than the maximum amount of solute and remain undissolved, it is called saturated.
Let's assess your learning today. Watch this video and answer the questions that will be asked based from a certain scenario.
What's the news update, dear?
Oh, a new typhoon is coming. Mom, can you help me with number 3?
Rhea, can you help your brother,
Okay,
please?
Mom. What's that?
Number 3, Ate, it has a definite composition and unique set of properties.
I think that is pure substance.
Are you sure, Ate?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hello? Yes, we're excited. Thanks for informing us. See you later. Bye.
Dear, are your sisters coming?
Yes, dear.
Good. Erwin.
Yes, Dad?
Rhea,
Yes, Dad.
can you prepare something for your titas?
Okay, Dad. I'll prepare very cold calamansi juice.
And
Nice.
for me, Dad, I'll make a solution as disinfectant for our foot bath and I'll get the alcohol.
That's good.
Oh, come in.
We're here!
Rhea, let me taste first before serving it.
Okay, Mom.
I've tasted the flavor. It's so sour.
Really, Mom?
In that scenario, what have you observed? Rhea made a pitcher of calamansi juice. According to her mother, it doesn't taste good because it's so sour. What do you think will she do? A. Add sugar only. B. Add water only. C. Add water and sugar. And D. Nothing to add. Your 5 seconds starts now. Time's up. The answer is letter C. Add water and sugar. Add water because the solution is too sour, and sugar also to make it taste right.
Okay, Rhea. add water and sugar to make the taste right.
Yes, Mom.
In calamansi juice, she added sugar and water. What do you call the sugar in that solution? A. Solvent, B. Solute, C. Solution, and D. All of the above. Your 5 seconds starts now. Time's up. The answer is letter B, solute, because sugar is the substance that dissolved in the solution.
Rhea, make sure to stir well so that sugar will dissolve completely.
Yes, Mom. Ready to serve.
Rhea stirred the juice. Then sugar completely dissolved. What type of solution is formed? A. Unsaturated, B. Saturated, C. Solvent, and D. Solute. Your 5 seconds starts now. Time's up. The answer is letter A, unsaturated, because the solution contains only lesser sugar than the maximum amount it can dissolve.
Good job, students! I hope that you were able to answer the test correctly. You may read and answer the table of what's more on page 6. Fill in the statement of what I have learned on page 6. List down some example of solution of what can I do on page 7. And lastly, the additional activities on page 9 of your self-learning module. Hope that you have learned something new today. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and please make sure to be with us in the next episode only here at Salida Filipina TV in collaboration with DepEd TV. Tara na! Again, this is Teacher Connie scientifically saying, think critically, do things differently, and that develops your ability.
Salida Filipina, ang iyong pangarap ay kikislap. Salida Filipina, ang kaunungan ay magkakuntat. Salida Filipina, edukasyon, abot kamay. Salida Filipina, ang nagkakay sa tagumpay.
Mga kabataan, huwag panghinaan. Salida Filipina ay bigyan daan. Ito ay magbibigay ng kaalaman. TV naman ngayon ang inyong paaralan. Mahirap man ang inyong sitwasyon. Tayo ay magtulungan para sa edukasyon. Bawat isa ay mayroong misyon. Matutong mabuti, maging inspirasyon.
Salida Filipina, ang iyong pangarap ay kikislap.